I've not spoken yet this video, but today it's a very exciting day. We're going to be doing some screen printing tests. We're going to be testing out the exposure unit I made in my last video. I don't know if I mentioned in that video, like I've used a big box before, but one that's a much bigger that I've actually now thrown away. I'll put a picture of it here for you. So like I'm fairly certain it's going to work. I just want to try it out really. And also I wanted to print this bad boy on some bags. I can actually show you the bags. I've got only literally one up here, so I might have to go down to my car where they've lived for entirely too long. But the print is all done. I did manage to print it off at work. You might be like, Alice, why have you cut a bit of the tracing paper out? It's because it was a laser printer and it like dragged the ink a little bit, and equally there were some bits missing, so I've already gone ahead and coloured them in. But I'm happy with the stencil. I'm trying to think where my colour positive tape is. I think it's with my other screen printing stuff. By the way, also super sorry, put some clothes on to wash, so that's definitely what you can hear. Let me show you the bags. So he's a bit wrinkly, got powder on the front, so this is essentially the size of an A4 piece of paper. So this bad boy is gonna go right here. I think if this bag was like completely plain and didn't have a pocket, I would have put like a red sun behind it, which like I still might do for another release maybe. I really like the contrast stitching on this one. It's got a good gusset. You can fit all good things in there, and I'm really excited to get printing these actually. Ta-da! Exciting stuff. My screen I think is like almost dry, so we can get going. I mixed the emulsion last night at like 2 AM and left it in my bathroom, and as you saw earlier, I have now coated it, so I'm just here waiting for that to dry really. I am gonna tidy my studio space so I can print in there. I definitely want to make a video of me optimizing my home studio, my spare bedroom, which also contains like my clothes and like other things, but that's where the desk is. I have been terrible since I've moved here of like tidying up. I just like, if I use my dining room table, which like the lighting is better in here and it's nicer, or like if my partner's here, I'm like, cool, I'll just chat to you whilst I'm doing this. I then just like shove stuff in there, so I actually don't really work in there a lot, which is a shame, I think, because I have I do have some space luckily in my home to work, and I'm not really using it. I think I'm gonna actually listen to No Doubt. I'm really feeling some No Doubt greatest hits, and I'm gonna tidy up my desk. I've been trying to get some of those, those hay crates, but like the knockoff version. I've seen that Wilco do them, and I've got a reminder email set up for them, so stay tuned for how I end up figuring out this actually properly. But at the moment I'm just gonna go in, make some space and figure it out essentially. Shall I show you how terrible it looks? So this is what we're dealing with. I literally, as you can see, I just bring things in here and dump it on this desk and close the door and walk away. So, and what's annoying is I've got this like shelving unit over here, look, which has got plenty of space. It's just not being utilised properly. So I think I'm gonna pop some headphones in, have half an hour of power, and actually like sort this properly, and then I'm gonna print. I have got around the corner I do have a printing press, which I will get out and give a go. And yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna do this. I've got the fire. Let's do it. I don't think I've actually told you I own a risograph printer. It's what you sat on right now, but it doesn't work. I need to get it serviced. I think it just needs a service. It just needs a bit of TLC. I just haven't gotten around to booking that in and quoting that, because part of me thinks it's definitely going to be over £100. Full disclosure, my partner bought it for me for Christmas. What happened was they just like stopped using it one day. It didn't break. So I think it's just like it needs like a bit of a spruce up, and then it'll be good to go. What's funny is when you put the card in, it says just error. Right, this is where you can see it. I'm gonna get my headphones, and we're gonna tidy this. We're gonna sort this out. Let's go. I've got something to show you. It's gone everywhere. It's gone everywhere. Oh no. I'm not gonna lie to you. After I yeeted my sewing kit on the floor, Gwen just kind of took over, and I've tidied it, which is great. This has got actually like some vague order to it right now. I mean, it definitely is something to be desired. Like, for example, like this shelf is not being best utilized. Anyway, that's for another time. I've tidied the desk and let's have a look at it, shall we? I'm gonna take these off because they've got noise cancelling. Oh, that's so weird. So I can do it this way if I wanted to, but part of me honestly thinks I might just try to do it without involving this, because it's not that big and we'll have to wait and see, I think. But I feel like if you see here, like how much this takes up the screen, maybe it'll hit the squeegee and it'll do more damage than good. The screen is almost dry. Annoyingly, like on like a, I'll show you this way. I've just checked like around here, there's like a thick bit that's not dried, but the rest of it is good to go. So it's almost time. But yeah, I'm gonna get my squeegee and sort of measure it and see if this will work. Found it. I'm worried this is gonna be a bit like too tight. Like it does miss it, but I reckon I'm gonna try it without it, even though I've just lugged this fucking hench thing out. I'm gonna try it without it, and then if not, I can use it, and then yeah, we'll just go from there. This is how it looks, by the way. I know I kind of like vaguely showed it to you in the last video. Maybe definitely could have done a bit of a sanding job here, but I reckon it's gonna be fine. Yeah, because like here, look, one more time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna err on the side of caution and just raw dog it without the press. So an update, I've kind of repurposed these C-clamps to kind of keep it nice and flat, and I think it may work. I'm obviously going to do some tests on paper before I print on these. I've also got another one of those like acrylic sheets just to kind of keep the printing area nice and flat underneath. I've also just been blasting my other screen that's in there with a hairdryer, so let's do this, baby. Hello my sweets. Sorry yesterday my filming kind of ended a little bit abruptly, but my partner came home, he's been working away, so I want to spend some time with him. The lighting was getting bad, so me showing you the other screen, it's difficult even like during the day when there's light, but like I'm essentially doing everything in the dark. But I wanted to share with you the two screens. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Oh, so this is the first one. It's slightly overexposed, which is like so funny to me because I am like the queen of underexposing screens and just like watching my design just like melt away. So this is a good thing because, you know, it's working and it takes less time, so great. But as you can see, there was on the stencil, there was some errors that when I printed it out, it basically wasn't fully opaque, so I coloured them in and you can like really see them, which was a bit annoying. But yeah, and I feel like it could have worked, but I had an extra screen and I had the time and I have today off of my day job, so I have time to do everything that I want to. So I was like, well actually let's just do it again and finesse it a little bit. So I went to go vote because yesterday it was the local elections, spent some time with my boyfriend, and then whilst this was all drying I exposed it again. So what I did is I finessed the times a little bit, I took it down a minute, and then also I rinsed it out in the dark. I didn't really think about it when I did my first screen, but like as soon as I was done I turned the light on, so obviously that's going to have some effect on the photosensitivity. But anyway, I think even though you can't see like the detail so well, like this one looks a lot more crisp, a lot more hangy. Yeah, definitely like a lot more crisp. I'm super duper happy with this, it's perfect. So what I did is I actually did have another spare stencil as well, and this one I got the same marker pen and just coloured it in. You can see like a little bit of discoloration around the bits that I didn't colour in, but like that's really if I'm getting up close and personal, and I don't think in the printing process it's going to make a ton of difference, but if it does I can touch it up with a paintbrush. Like I'm not worried about it. This is all grassroots printing. I am a professional, this is not a professional setup, so we're doing what we can, and I'm actually super duper happy with this. Today is when we're gonna get inky, we're gonna get dirty, as if yesterday we didn't get covered in emulsion. Yeah, so my plan is I am going to print in a sec on some paper and see how I feel about that. I'm gonna mix up the ink just normally as I would for fabric. I'm fairly certain somewhere I have like a spare one of my old style tote bags, like the ones I printed the koi on. I've got like just like a one that I just like print over again and again and again just to see how it affects being printed on canvas. The thickness of those both bags are different, and I can't quite remember how many of the contrast bags I ordered, but I know I would have ordered probably 2 spares just to like play about with. And then, yep, so I'll print on those, and then I'm gonna just start printing them. I brought them up from my car yesterday. They've been sat in the boot of my car for a very long time, so I'm excited to print them. I think I showed you yesterday that I'm gonna put some perspex in between, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get going. What's funny is I'm going out for dinner tonight, and I've kind of got dressed as if I'm going out for dinner. Upon reflection, wearing like a gingham skirt when I'm gonna be working with black ink maybe isn't the best. I might put some like of my boyfriend's old joggers on or something and then get changed into this later. But yeah, I think it's time to start printing, which I'm like procrastinating like a tiny bit because obviously I want it to go well, but there's only one way to find out. So right, let's go do it. I'm gonna put some joggers on, and then we can get to printing. So this is real life. I'm storing my test prints currently on the floor. So this was my first one. Like, I hadn't even flooded the screen, so I was like not mad that like it was a little bit faded, but I also think it kind of looks kind of cool. And then this was number 2. Again, like a little bit of sort of gradient here on the wing. But then 3rd time's a charm. Like, I am so happy with this. I think it looks sick. Like, I'm also really happy with the face. I think for me, like, it's all in the face. Like, that's honestly why I wanted to print this, because I managed to get so much detail in the face. I love it. I fucking love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna print on my test bag and see how that goes. I feel really bad that I can't show loads and loads of what I'm doing just because this room is tiny. Like, as you can see, my clothes are stored in here as well. And so it's really hard to like set up a camera and work, but I am working on it. And I will check in at every step along the way. But I'm really happy. I'm so happy. Hello, my sweets. It's Editing Alice here. I don't know what happened to the footage, the meat and potatoes of this video, if you will, of me making my bags. I'm printing the bags, but spoiler alert, it's like a week later. I had a bit of a wobbly when I was editing this, and I was like, where's the footage, where is it? But you know what, we're gonna press on. I wanted to put this video up 2 days ago and I haven't, so I thought that we're just gonna get this done and I will talk you through it and put on the screen, because I have photos, I just don't have videos, which is a bit annoying. So initially, as you saw, I had my test prints, which I did on just like a random paper stock that I have. I have this like pad which I bought when I was like doing my GCSEs that my mum dropped over. So it's like nice enough paper to print on and get a good feel, but like I'm not precious about it. So I did 3 paper tests and then I moved to bags. So whenever I order bags, I have like an X amount that I'm looking to make, and then I'll usually do around 10% extra just in case I inevitably mess them up. You know, I'm not perfect every time, and my setup certainly isn't perfect, but also just to do some tests. So the first one I did was a test, and I did that without using the clamps, but also not using the press that I have, which actually, is it over here? It is. I've now, as you'll see later in the video, use this bag to stamp other things on. I always would recommend, just so you have like a test for the fabric, or indeed paper stock, whatever you're printing on, just so you have a test of what you're going to actually be using. So anyway, I did that, and it was without the clamps, and it was obviously quite light, as you saw. So instead I then clamped it, and I was happy with it. And honestly, I just went for it. Was really happy with it. Like, the canvas printed really nicely, the setup I had worked really well. There's a couple that I needed to touch up a little bit, but really not a lot. I was actually super duper happy. That's why I'm annoyed that the footage is gone, because like if it didn't work out, I'd be like, oh no, woe is me, I'd have to show the internet that something didn't work quite correctly as I wanted it to. But in this instance, it absolutely performed beautifully. But anyway, so sorry this is a bit, I don't know, potentially anticlimactic, that you're just getting me talking through it and showing you through it. But hang on, let me show you now. But like, here's a bunch of them. They're all done, and I'm really happy. I took one of them out yesterday, just for a little like test drive to see if I'm happy with it. I must admit, I haven't sealed the ink. I haven't heat sealed them yet because I don't own an iron, but I own a steamer, in case you're wondering. But yeah, super duper happy with them. I've got a really busy few weeks in my personal life, so I've decided not to release them till into June. But yeah, anyway, as I said, I just thought I'd show you and then we can get back to the video. And yeah, here's to past Alice, or back to where we were. Hello my babes, I'm just sliding in for plant of the video, and this guy is plant of the video. He's not got not one, not two, not three, but four, hang up, 4 new leaves. So really feel like the baddie monster, like this one also, like look at the color of it, is not old, you know what I mean, like really pushing out those babies and celebrating the sunshine. So I feel like, I've also mentioned this monstera before, I also propagated it recently, gave some to my friend for his birthday. Honestly, this bad boy is just pumping them out. So I feel like it's only fair its hard work is recognized and it is dubbed plant of the video. I feel like I haven't spoken to you all week and it is Friday, but I've got lots to catch you up on actually. There's a lot of like chatting that I want to do. I'm in a chatty mood and I feel like I've got lots to catch you up on. First and foremost, I am going to do a Cass Arts haul. I went there yesterday and the guy in the store recognised me, and I never thought I went in there that much, but he was like, "You're already signed up to the newsletter, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yes I am. Yes I am, sir." Anyway, so it's actually quite a small haul, but nevertheless exciting. So I've actually bought 6 whole notebooks, or sketchbooks even. And these are just their standard ones. I must admit, I'm not a sketchbook snob because I'm actually not a great sketchbooker at all. For better or for worse, I just get an idea and I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna run with it. I'm gonna go with it, I'm gonna make it happen. I very seldom, and don't get me wrong, I will do a couple sketches. I will basically do 2 sketches, do it once, rough, do it again, and then I'm like, cool, that's going online now. It's happening. And most of the time it does work out fine, but there have been some times I've put a lot of time and energy into something and then I've fucking hated it because it's come out terribly and I've not properly executed it. And I think how I could be better at choosing where to spend my time and what projects to spend my time on, because I work part-time, like my time is limited. That'd be a good idea. And also I just think the practice will be better. So I'm very tempted to like sketchbook, like use one of these and sketch every day for a month. And probably make a little YouTube video out of it as well. Just to kind of get into the habit of it really. I've just put on my stories. By the way, I have a new Instagram. I feel like that's also new. This is my new Instagram. If you want to follow me and my printmaking journey, that is all on there. I've got a dedicated one. I have also got a personal one for, you know, personal shenanigans. But this is, you know, business up front. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, on my stories, I said that I feel like because I went to art school and did, you know, art GCSEs and creative subjects throughout my education, I look at sketchbooking as something that needs to be marked, because your sketchbooks are often marked. I feel like if you're a bullet journal adult, like you did well in your GCSEs and your creative GCSEs. Anyway, I just look at them as something that is to be marked, but actually it's something to develop ideas, and so I feel like I need to kind of just get over myself really and do that. So anyway, I would also more than happily share this with you. As I said, I'm not a snob, so I don't know if these books are any good, but they were reasonably priced, good sizes, and just something to fuck about and find out in really. And also, I guess maybe a bit more exciting, I got some oil-based relief inks. These are by Cranfield. This is their like starter pack, which has basically all processed colours in, an opaque white and an extender. I'm assuming the extender is to make the ink stay wet for longer? Question mark? I actually really don't know. Again, back to my education, in my GCSEs, in my GCSE art, I played about with this solid gold oil-based disgusting thing for a piece, and it got absolutely everywhere. And to this day, because of that experience of this gross oil thing getting everywhere, I have steered well clear and always been a water-based type of gal. Also, water-based typically is vegan, although I have looked into this brand and they are also vegan, which otherwise I would not have purchased. But they have one product that has bone char in, which their oils are derivative from something else, so great. So I've kind of like steered clear of oil really, but I think I want to give it a go. I want to see what the difference is, if there's any difference. And this was, as you can tell, great value. Anyway, I want to give it a go. If I hate it, so what? Then I know, and then that is better. But yeah, that's everything I bought from Cass Arts. Cool. What are we doing today? So yesterday I did have a bit of a play again with those lino block inks that I bought for those pouches to print on the back of them, do a little A, so I'd have a little bit of branding with these bags once they're all said and done. But it looks shocking. I'm not a fan. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you now, it's all dried. Speaking of GCSE art, this is giving GCSE art right here. I have this little stamp, which I do quite like, but I just wanted it to look cleaner. Like, even, it just doesn't work very well. I don't know, I find, whether it's the fabric, the inks themselves, I don't know. So I think I would rather not have that tiny little bit of branding. I am tempted to look to see if there is like a little baby screen somewhere, like literally thinking of investing in like a tiny baby screen just for like something like this, so that I can just print it on the back and keep it, rather than reclaiming it. But yeah, this I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, and this project was going so well. Here they are, hang on. Look at these. I am mega happy with these. Like, honestly, I am chuffed to bits. I am super duper happy with how these have turned out. Super duper crispy. Oh, just great. But yeah, so I was thinking about putting a little A here on the back. I think they're basically good to go. I said it's a shame that this didn't work out quite so well. Is editing Alice once again. I sometimes don't realise how much... Oh, she's gone. Where's she off to? I sometimes don't realise how much I can chat. I had 2 other segments of this video, but I'm already at 25 minutes. So just have to subscribe, just have to tune in to hear about ceramics and my linocut project. Please subscribe if you want to. I would love to have you here again. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Cheers, my dudes. Bye!